Welcome.
Bienvenidos.
Welcome.
Bonjour.
Belte.
We acknowledge that we are on Treaty 6 territory.
A traditional meeting grounds.
Gathering place and traveling route to the Cree.
Salto,
Blackfoot.
Métis.
Dene, and Nakota Sioux.
We acknowledge all of the many First Nations
Who have told their stories on this land.
For centuries and
now share them with us.
Step right up, and behold the sights and sounds of big fish. If you are easily frightened or weak of heart, we invite you into the deep end of the river today. In order to travel safely, turn off those darn cell phones. No photos, no videos. Watch with your eyes, your spirit, your heart. And now, on with the show. Dad? Mom's looking for you.
I don't know why we need rehearsal dinners. These people have been eating dinner their whole lives. They don't need practice.
Is this where you taught me to fish?
You caught a catfish this big.
It was about half that size, but thank you. And thank you for cleaning it. Dad, about tomorrow.
You're nervous.
I'm not.
You are. You got that twitch. I recognize
Dad!
it. When you were a kid, you'd never jump in the pool. I'd have to sneak up and push you.
Yeah, that was fun for me. Actually, I wanted to talk about you.
My favorite subject.
So, Josephine and I would appreciate it if you didn't tell any of your stories at the wedding.
My stories.
Or toasts. No stories, no toasts, no anecdotes.
Oh. Okay, Will. Gotcha. Understood.
Thanks.
You used to like my stories, though. Especially the one about the witch.
I was 6.
You were never 6. You were born a tiny middle-aged man.
You okay?
I'm fine. You're the one in trouble here. You ready to get married?
I am.
Then here's to what's next.
What's next?
Evening, son.
Where were you, Miss Martin?
How do you know I wasn't hiding in the stands? Maybe I didn't want to spook you, keep you from hitting that home run.
We were playing soccer, Dad.
Oh, that's barely a sport. Now, what story's it gonna be
I
tonight?
already marked it here.
You don't want this. These are prefabricated, pre-digested. Let me tell you a real
Do
story.
you mean another story about you?
A story about life.
Dad, can you even read?
I can read just fine. Look, chapter 9. Thus kept the Trojans watch, but the Achaeans were holden of a wondrous panic. The hell is this book?
It's about for George and Roy.
Okay, ancient Romans and all
It's
that.
actually Greek.
That's my point. We live in Alabama, Will. We've got stories under every leaf and every stone. What if I told you you could change the world with just one thought? What if I told you you could be a king? Anything you desire, boy, anything on a plate, all within your power to create. I know somewhere in the darkness there's a story meant for me, where I always know exactly what to say. I know somewhere some surprising ending waits for me to tell it my own way. Hop on, be the hero of your story if you can. Be the champion in the fight, not just the man. Don't depend on other people to put paper next to pen. Be the hero of your story, boy, and then you can rise to be the hero once again. Now, the best part of an adventure is the people you meet. What if I said I met a witch when I was very young? What if I said she showed me how I died?
I died.
Powerless in the face of it, terrified in the wood. That was where my life was changed for good. Hey, what if I said I met a guy wasting in a cave? What if I claimed I rose to be far braver than the brave? All my life love story, son, and everyone is true. So believe me as I'm telling you to be the hero of your story while you may. Be the guy who gets the girl and saves the day. You don't need a book of Greeks to teach you how to stay alive. Be the hero of each story you derive. And forever you're the hero who will survive. Every tale that you invent can be a life that you make real, where each character you meet becomes your friend. You don't need to be a novelist to make believe what's waiting around the bend.
Be the hero of your story till it's done. Why go promenade when you were born to run?
If you understand this premise, you will never be alone.
You can conquer every challenge, you can face each stepping stone. Be the hero of your story.
What if I swore I saw a mermaid swimming in the mist? What if I told you she would be the first girl that I kissed? Out there in the water filled with eagerness and fear, here is what she whispered in my ear.
Be the hero of your story.
Be the hero of your
Something
story.
about that kiss transformed her.
Hero of your story.
And as pretty as she was in the water, she was even more beautiful out of it. Now, one day, I met this fisherman.
Please, you gotta help me. If I don't catch a fish, my family's gonna starve.
Well, the fish are sleeping. You gotta get them moving. Try the Alabama stomp.
The Alabama stomp.
Let me see if I remember this here. It's a dance that was invented to help with fishing. It gets the fish to jump out of the water on their own command. Works every time, son. I can't explain it. Something about this rhythm really gets their fins moving. All right, let's see what you got. Come on, Will. You got it.
Can you just give him some money?
See, Will, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Teach a man the Alabama stomp, you're feeding his soul. Come on, y'all. You watching me, Will?
inventive, be the first one to rejoice with the story in your heart. You won't need any other choice. You're a hero fighting dragons, winning wars. Be your hero, and the world will soon be yours.
What the hell was that?
It was a miracle, Will. Come on.
It doesn't seem plausible.
Will,
Why do you tell so much crazy stories?
it's who I am. Why does the sun shine?
Because of fusion.
Lord, Will, it was a rhetorical question.
Edward,
Quick, where's that book?
why is the light still on?
Now you're in trouble.
Edward Bloom, it's 9 o'clock on a school night. Let this boy sleep.
I was just finishing this chapter on Agamemnon. Lord, why can't anyone have a normal name like Chuck?
Mom, can you really get fish to jump out of the water like in Alabama stomp?
I suppose anything is possible. For example, I've heard legend of a brave and handsome man who happily fixed the leaky sink in the bathroom the very first time his wife asked, without excuses or delay.
That there is a myth. Except for the brave and handsome part.
Lights out.
You heard your mom.
Dad,
Son,
really meet a witch?
I did. But now see, your mom says I can't tell you that story. You'll get nightmares.
I am not scared.
Neither was I. At first. See, it's a well-known fact that most southern towns of a certain size have a witch.
Do we have a witch?
No, but we've got 2 Dairy Queens, so we're still coming out ahead. Now, small-town witches mostly keep to minor incantations, love spells, whatnot. But of all the witches in Alabama, there was one who was most renowned, for she could see the future.
And she told you the future?
She showed me. That night in the swamp, 3 of us went looking for her. Just 3 teenage boys on a dare. I didn't know she would change my life forever.
Going near your drawers.
It's on the move.
It's on the move!
Oh, use your flashlight. It'll go towards the light.
Okay. Not that way.
Oh, you want it to move down to your feet.
It's working. It's working. It's out. Come on. Let's find that witch. Wait for me.
We're walking in circles, Dawn.
You want to leave, Bloom? Go ahead. I don't think there even is a witch.
Boys! You have broken a sacred circle. You better have a good reason.
We wanted our fortunes read.
I can tell you your fortunes with uncanny accuracy. Your loves, your lives, your deaths. $1 piece.
Can I borrow $1? I'll pay you back.
No, he won't.
She knows. Come on. Tell me my fortune.
All right. You asked for it. Ah, yes. The future is quite clear.
What do you see? Do I get quarterback?
You lead a disappointing life with minor triumphs and major disappointments. And then you die.
What? That's it?
That's all the spirits see for you.
I want to know how rich I'm gonna be.
$1 poorer than when you started. Now, as for you...
I want my money back.
Don't! She'll hex you!
Give it back!
How about I smash it? How you gonna be fortunate without your crystal ball?
I said give it back!
For what, Bloom? You think you can take me?
Here's your money back. Now hand it over.
Witch lover?
Witch lover.
Here you go, ma'am.
Don't you want your fortune?
Let me guess. I lead a disappointing life, and then I die.
Everyone dies, Edward Bloom, but your death is glorious. Let me show you.
Why would I want to see how I die?
What's your concern? Are you scared of hearing one thing new? When you could learn something secret that can help you through. In one good turn, I can show you counterfeit from true. Life begins when you know how it ends, and yours is no ordinary life. You become important, you're the bravest man around. You're the kind with virtue, always finding common ground. You climb each hill in front of you without a suffering sound. Compassionate one, the calm in any storm.
Take a chance.
Let me show you how your days unfold. You and me can play the heck you hold.
chance.
When you gamble, then you get the gold.
Begins when you know how it ends.
Don't believe the fairy tales that say life is a breeze. Every man must face a trial that brings him to his knees. Well, let me share a magic truth, a proof of all that thrives. The ones who face their fears lead the most interesting lives. So tell me what you want,
I want a big life.
and tell me what you see.
I see a
And
road
tell me where it
in one
goes.
direction.
So don't you want to see what's next, what's waiting in the void? You may be disappointed, but you may be overjoyed.
What did she show you?
The last moments of my life.
What were they? What did she see?
Surprise ending. Wouldn't want to ruin it for you. Though you were there. Your mother too. But I didn't know her yet. She was just a girl with red hair.
You're gonna find that girl, Bloom, but it won't be easy. So don't be sad, don't be scared, be alert, be prepared, take a breath, take it slow, let uncertainty go, and you know how it ends. You begin when you try. You can
Seriously, Dad, you need to get dressed. The wedding's in 45 minutes.
See that? I almost got 7. 7's good luck. You'll need luck. What with that baby coming?
What are you talking about?
Josephine's pregnant.
How do
Because you just told me. Just now. See, back when I worked at the circus, I developed a knack for reading expressions. Useful with lions. Plus, she didn't drink at the rehearsal dinner.
Okay, Dad, nobody knows she's pregnant. You can't tell Mom.
Why not?
Because it's still early. Statistically, there's a good chance.
Statistically,
Yes.
you, an Alabama boy, meet an American girl all the way over in Baghdad. What are the odds of that statistically?
We're both reporters, so it's not that remarkable.
Lord Will, I would hate to see the rainbows in your world. I bet they're all shades of gray.
It's just the baby. I don't want to jinx it.
Relax, Will. That's 7. Everything's gonna be fine.
Promise me you won't say anything? And remember what we talked about earlier? No stories, no toasts?
Come on, Will. When have I ever embarrassed you? Okay, I'm not good around orchestras, but I really thought I could play that violin. It doesn't look that hard.
Honey, get dressed.
Will was holding me up. Look at you. Give me a kiss.
I just did my face. Go put on clothes.
Oh, hey, is that a violin? Oh, let me see that.
Are you nervous?
No. Yes. Mom, about Dad, I know you can't control...
I could just as easily control the weather.
Dad is like the weather. I can predict him, sort of, but I can't fundamentally understand. I don't get it. He's this baffling hurricane.
Now, if you're going to worry about anyone, worry about me. Your poor mother, abandoning me for a woman on television.
You love Josephine.
I do. We turn on the cable television sometimes just to watch her. She's smart, pretty, and kind. But you're my little Alabama lamb, all the way up in New York. Do you want to practice one more time?
Absolutely. Forward, together, side, together, back, together.
Not out loud, Will.
Right.
Better. That's it.
Son, let me help you out here. See, Will? That is how you do it.
Thank you all so much for coming. Josephine and I are unbelievably grateful to have so many friends here to help us celebrate.
For people who don't know, this is actually where Will proposed to me. 1 year ago, right here, on the banks of this river. I had just met Edward and Sandra, and I knew I wanted to be a part of this family.
So, before we get to dinner, we have a couple of...
Good evening. My name is Edward Bloom, and on behalf of me and my wife, Sandra, she's the gorgeous one right there, it is a pleasure to welcome y'all to Alabama. Now, Will told me I was not allowed to give a toast. You'll notice there is no glass in my hand.
Technicality.
Technicality, he says. Will thinks I talk too much. But I would have loved to have had a talkative father. My own daddy, he was a farmer, lucky to get 4 words out of him. But one day, he was out in the field just blathering at length. Said he could hardly get a word in between me and my mother. But the corn was all ears. Oh, hey, back up here. On the topic of fatherhood, I have an announcement. After careful consideration, I have decided to become a grandfather.
Dad!
Now, I've been sworn to secrecy, but I'm told my ambition may be fulfilled sooner than I dared hope.
Okay. It's time to catch the bouquet. Ladies, follow me.
It's good news, Will.
It's
Come on.
super early. 1,000 things could go wrong.
They won't. Why are you being such a pessimist?
I'm being a realist, Dad. And yes, it's good news, but it's our news. Why do you have to make everything about you?
I'm excited. I got carried away.
You always get carried away. I'm sick of it.
I'm sick of you treating me like a child. What kind of son doesn't let his own father give a toast
The
at
son
his
whose
wedding?
father does this.
Oh, grow up, Will.
I did. You weren't there. You were never there.
I was building a business.
You were running away.
Oh, from what? From you?
From reality. All I got from you were a bunch of crazy stories about how awesome you are. And I'm sorry, Dad. That's not the man I see.
Maybe you never bothered looking.
Stop it! Both of you! Before you say something you can't take back.
I'm done.
So am I.
You all right?
That boy is bullheaded. I don't know where he gets it.
I'm asking about you. What's going on there?
Put your stethoscope away, Doc. I'm fine.
How long has this been going on?
I don't know. A few months. It's nothing.
You've lost weight.
Exercise. What, you didn't see me dancing? I'm fine.
I'm sure you are, but come in Monday, and we'll be doubly sure.
Another look.
I'm trying.
It's just off to the right.
My right or its right?
A little bit of patience will now hold it still, and there voila with love.
A penis! It's a boy!
Yes!
We're having a son!
If it's bad news, just tell me.
It's not what we want to see.
The tumor didn't shrink?
No, it spread beyond where we thought.
That doesn't mean...
Of course it doesn't, honey. I just have ambitious cancer is all. Right, Doc?
Exactly.
We'll keep going, though? Or try something new?
There's a conversation to have about what's next.
Now, Sandra...
I need to call Will. We never should have kept this from him.
Fine. But you needn't worry him.
Will doesn't know about any of this?
He's got his own life up in New York. No sense bothering him.
This is really happening.
You thought I was making it up?
No.
I'll get dressed.
I'll meet you outside.
Will, we're going to have a son.
I know. A son. Stranger, I'm feeling stranger than I've ever felt before. And so much more different. Like something old that's joined with something new, but still feels true. I'm passing through a rite that every parent does. I'm walking on some shared familiar ground. Yet every step I take is not a step that was. And I found I like the sound of stranger. A child I've yet to meet becomes my everything, my song to sing. Father, and suddenly the weight of it is real. What do I feel? I feel connected in a way I've never known. A line from dad to me to newborn son. So from today I'll never make a choice alone. One for all for one. And when he's born, I'll teach him how to use his common sense. He'll listen and he'll learn and he'll excel. I'll tell my son that life is lived in clear and present tense, not only in the stories we can tell. My father told me stories I could never comprehend. In every tale he'd claim to be the hero. I've tried to understand him, but I wonder if I can. Because after almost 30 years, I still don't know the man. I wish I knew the man, but he's a stranger. My father is a stranger, I know very well. A puzzling shell, hopeful, what's on its way may help us both to grow. But I don't know. So that strangers we will be, no more. Mom, I was just about to call. What's wrong? I'm coming home. I'll be on the next flight.
I wanted to tell you right away, but your father didn't want anyone to know he was sick. How dare anyone think Edward Bloom is mortal? The treatment was a long shot, but your father was convinced it would work.
What does Dr. Bennett say?
He says comforting things, but we all know where this is headed.
I'm so sorry, Mom. I want to do something. How can I help?
I'm just glad you know. Families shouldn't have secrets.
Mom, have you and Dad talked about money?
We have plenty of money.
Is the house paid off?
Years ago. The day we sent in the last check, we had champagne. Your father opened it with a sword. There was glass in the carpet for weeks.
Mom, you won't mind if I look for the mortgage, the insurance. I'm worried about you, about what's going to happen. We have to keep a roof over your head.
I am not worried about the house. I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about you.
I'm fine.
Oh, I'm fine. You sound like your father. You're the two most stubborn men on earth, and it is my curse that I love you both. There are two men in my life, him and you. There are two men who'll be speaking when I'm through. There are few men like your dad, not easy to define. I know he isn't perfect, but he's mine. There are two men in my life, him and you, and I never want to choose between the two. He distorts and he invents, some stories don't make sense, but why should that confuse you? Why not let the man amuse you?
I've always been a good swimmer. People would say I was born for the water. Plus, I had a hell of a teacher.
He tells a harmless tale that always drives you mad. But aren't you telling stories too? Your point of view just different from your dad.
This girl, she couldn't speak a word, but it was clear she was under some kind of curse.
There are two men in my life, him and you, and the stories I believe in all come true. He
is with a kiss.
Dad?
Will, I'm fine. You don't have to baby me.
Sorry.
People needn't worry so much. It's not my time yet. This isn't how I go.
Right. The witch.
The witch?
There was a woman in the swamp who told him how he died.
She showed me how I go, and this is not it.
So how does it happen?
Surprise ending. Wouldn't want to ruin it for you. And you? Well, forget the life you know, because having a kid changes everything. I mean, there's the diapers, and the burpings, and the midnight feedings, and you
Did he do any of that?
No! But I hear it's terrible. Just awful.
Well, I should probably go get dinner started.
I can help you.
No. You two stay out here and talk.
Oh, hey! You come sit with me.
So, Dad, I could probably get the pump working if you wanted to swim.
Don't put yourself out.
It's fine.
You know where the chemicals are?
I used to do it all the time when you were gone, remember?
I was a traveling salesman, Will. I couldn't exactly stay at home.
I wasn't trying to pick a fight.
Ooh, here. You can feel him kick.
He's strong. When's he coming?
22 weeks. So.
5 months.
5 months. Well, you'll tell him about me. Only the good stuff.
Of course.
Yeah, Dad, I'd really love to know more about the real versions of events, stories, you. I was thinking maybe we could go over some things while I'm here.
You mean while I'm here?
So, I want to know the full history. Now, I know you grew up in Alabama, but was it here in Montgomery?
Not too far away, a tiny little place called Ashton. Our town was so small that the phone book was the yellow page. Our town was so small that the zip code was a fraction. Our town was so small that we only had 3 jokes. But I'll tell you, the best thing about growing up in a place like Ashton, a boy with ambition can be a pretty big deal.
Edward Bloom, you're Ashton's favorite son. Yes, you are. Edward Bloom, just look at what you've done. Superstar, hero of the baseball diamond, hits a home run. Champion of the science fair, he's a #1. Captain of the student council, wins the debate. Always knows exactly what to say. Football hero too. Look what he can do. Ashton's favorite son in every way.
He's the man I treasure. He's the man I'll wed. Though he doesn't know it yet, he'll be with me until we're dead. Jenny Hill no more will be my name. And I've handsome Edward Bloom to blame.
Edward, Edward, go, Edward, Edward Bloom, our favorite son.
Edward Bloom, do you love me like I love you?
Of course not.
You don't?
Jenny, you are the prettiest,
Aw.
smartest,
Aw.
and blondest girl in Ashton. How could I love you like you love me when you are an angel? And I am just a simple boy in love.
Nothing will ever come between us.
crazy eyes of fire.
Yeah. He might eat my cat.
No, he won't.
If you don't stop him, Mayor, we will.
I will not have mob violence in this town. Now without a permit.
And I got your permit right here. Smash that giant before he smashes up. We need torches and pitchforks.
Oh, I gotta
Wait! Has anyone tried talking to this giant?
You can't reason with him.
He's a monster.
I'll do it. I'll talk to him. See if I can get him to move on.
Edward Bloom.
Don Price.
You want to sweet talk a giant? Go ahead. It's your funeral.
That's just it, Don. The witch showed me how my life ends. It don't happen like this. Goodbye, Jenny. Hello? Hello? My name is Edward Bloom, and I want to talk to you.
Go away.
I will not. Not until you show yourself. Come out here and face me like a man.
I said go away.
Fine. I'm coming in. Just like I thought. The only kind of giant you are is a giant coward.
I will smash your bones and eat you for dinner.
You'll still be hungry. I'm more of an appetizer size. Edward Bloom.
Get out of my cave.
I will not. I came here to talk to you.
I don't want to talk. I just want to be alone.
Bull crap. You are alone. So you're only pretending it's what you want. Underneath those dead animals and death threats, I see a guy who might need a friend.
You don't know me.
Sure I do. Look, up till now, I've been the biggest thing in Ashton. But you showing up is a reminder. There's something bigger out there.
So go.
Come with me. Look, this town is too small for you. And it's too small for a man of my ambition. Oh, when's the last time you left this cave?
I'm agoraphobic.
I don't know what that means, but you should go outside.
You're not very bright.
Well, how smart are you?
Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance.
Whoa, that's deep. Wow.
There's nothing for me out there. I don't fit in. I've never even been in a car.
You got those big legs, so walk.
Can't fit in a house.
We'll sleep under the sky.
I'll never find a girl.
Giant, this is the South. We like our women big and beautiful.
I don't want to go.
You can pine your life away, wishing things were better. Waiting here for Judgment Day while knitting you a sweater. But I believe that kind of life won't set your spirit free. So my friend, one small suggestion, where you ought to be. You can take a journey through this country's flesh and blood, on a ride past countryside and Mississippi mud. Hit the street with 2 big feet to bear your heavy load, and live life out there on the road. Anyone you wanna be and anything you say. Come tomorrow, we'll be free of who we are today. Action and adventure when we change our fixed abode. We'll find it out there on the road. Wouldn't you rather be like royalty, respected like a king, where it's all civilized? You'll be surprised, the song you'll hear them sing, people will greet you there, some wanna share enthusiastic news, and all you'll need is guaranteed with 1 big pair of shoes. one big pair of shoes. What's your name, giant?
Carl.
Listen, Carl, the world is huge.
197 million square miles. Approximately.
Say, you're good with numbers.
Only big ones.
Well, naturally. Now, come on, let's get out of this cave. Don't you want to step outside? Look around, see what's waiting there. You were born to wait each morning someplace you've never been. Checking out the locals as they watch us checking in. Every new encounter in another new zip code, we'll find it out there. Oh wait, he's not a monster, he's a thinker, he's a whiz. This boy isn't half so bad as you all think he is. Hey, Carl, tell him a joke.
Joke. What do you get when you cross a hippo, an elephant, and a rhino? Hell if I know!
I've been so inspired, I've decided to repair. We're heading out there on the road. Yes!
You're leaving? Now?
Jenny, I can't imagine any place better than Ashton. But if I don't see the world, I'll never know.
Edward Bloom, don't tell me that you're leaving us for good.
Jenny, yes, I'm leaving, but for good, I never could. I'll be back someday.
And I'll be waiting while you're gone.
Till then, be happy on the road.
Oh, come on, Carl, let's show 'em our traveling step. Every road trip needs a traveling step to pass the time, get the blood pumping. Carl, do you know we've been walking for 8 hours and 3 minutes? I could hardly tell. I was having so much fun. Let's keep this up. Get that pizzazz. Oh. You got it.
Edward Bloom, first son of Ashton, take with you this key to the city, and know our doors will always be open to you.
I swear on my name, I will never forget Ashton. I'll be back, I promise. Suddenly I'm the king who holds the key, but everybody secretly is dying to be more and more like who? Like you.
Like you. I can see America, dependable and true. Open sky and passers-by congratulating you. Find the open highway and you've hit the mother lode. Go crazy out there on the happy, out there on the finally out there. On the road. On the road.
Because you promised I'll make a nice cake. It'll say I love you, Edward Bloom, because I do, because you promised you'll come back, so I'll wait every day because you promised, and I'll wait because you promised, and I'll wait because you promised.
Will, look what I found.
What is that?
It's the key to the city. From when he was a teenager, your father left Ashton in search of adventure.
Oh, God. He got to you, didn't he? He seduced you.
Do you know how your mother and father met?
They met in college. Wait, which story did he tell you? There are at least 7 versions of how he met my mother.
This was romantic.
They're all romantic. My father is romantic. Was the giant in it?
Yes, Carl.
So, Carl the giant, supposedly my dad's best friend, but I've never met him. There's no photos, no evidence he actually ever existed. I'm worried my father is going to be gone, and I'll never know it was true.
But does it really matter what was true? Your father is telling these stories for a reason. If you understand the stories, you'll understand the man. How many stories are there?
I don't know. I've never counted.
You should. You should make a list.
Okay, let's do it. Chronologically, it starts with the witch. She teaches him what? Not to fear death. And then he meets the mermaid.
She teaches him about love. How love transforms a person.
I thought she taught him how to swim.
You never listen.
So, my father and Carl the Giant leave Ashton. They go on a series of wacky misadventures that roughly approximate the 12 labors of Hercules.
What about the tornado?
Fine. The tornado. It's not important.
It's incredibly important. Your father was headed for the big city, but then fate pushes him towards love.
You have a lot of hormones in your body right now. Fine. The winds of destiny bring him to the Callaway surface.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, any one of these acts could join the Callaway Circus. Except you. Come here. If I was looking for a miscellaneous object dropper, you'd be at the top of my list. But I'm not. Next up, number 73, the Alabama Lambs.
That's us. We're the Alabama Lambs.
Miss Templeton, does your daddy know you're here?
He knows I'm with my 4 best friends.
Tell me, your father, is he still a small-town sheriff with unmedicated rage issues?
That's Dad.
Best you get along home and breathe not a word of this folly.
Wait, Mr. Calloway. I'm supposed to be here. I know it.
And I know I don't want to be hanging off your daddy's wall like this. Next up, number 74, Zaximus the Sensational.
Haven't you ever had a dream? A hope? A wish? Please, Mr. Calloway, just let us try.
Fine. Let's hear it.
Shim, shim, I'm a little lamb from Alabama. Flip, flip, I'm a little lamb from Alabama. Waiting to be fed, hoping to be led by a little shepherd boy from MISS. ISSI. Repeat. I went there like a little lamb from Alabama. Hot jam, who's a little lamb from Alabama? I'm a little miss, praying for a kiss. Just a little lamb from Alabama. Just a little lamb from Alabama.
Time stops when suddenly you see her. Time stops, and what you thought you knew changes, and life beyond this moment is better, bigger. Time stops when monthly you see her. Time stops though you don't take a breath. She's there, and all you've ever wanted is nearer, clearer. I used to think the world was small. Now I don't think that way at all. Time stops when dreams come true before you. Time stops when fantasy is real. I knew this moment was expected, but this good, who could?
That boy is staring and I feel a chill. I don't know why that boy is staring and the world is still not tumbling by. There's no one talking, but I can hear 1,000 voices. What's going on inside me? That boy is staring. Is it me he sees? I can't be sure if he is staring. Should I try to please or be demure? My hand is trembling, but in this moment nothing scares me. What's going on?
I used to see what lies ahead. Now I just see this girl instead. Time stops and troubles are abandoned. Time stops the minute she arrives. I've seen the future in this instant. Subversive, sublime. I'd live forever in this moment. If I could stop time.
That boy is staring and I feel a chill. I don't know why.
Ladies, that was terrific. But nobody wants to see that in a circus. People want to see things beyond their imagination, bigger than life. People want you.
Oh, hey, buddy. Wait!
It's not plausible.
It's romantic.
Hey, Miss Calloway, what's your name, Giant? You got a name? It doesn't matter, more exotic if you don't.
It's Carl.
That works. Say, Carl, have you ever considered a career in the world of entertainment? More importantly, have you ever heard of this term? Wait, what is it? Unconscionable contract?
It's an agreement in which one party grossly misrepresents facts in order to take control of the other party's preconceived ignorance.
Well, that's a thorough definition.
I want 30% and all the food I can eat.
10%.
20. And I won't do nudity.
No one's asking.
None. Edward, what's wrong?
Carl, I just saw the woman I'm gonna marry. I know it. But then I lost her.
Heartbreaking. Most men gotta get married before they lose their wives. But good news. I'm gonna make your friend here a star.
That's great. At least one of us should be happy.
Jesus, kid. This girl, real pretty, blue dress, red hair.
Who is she? And where does she live?
Kid, don't waste your time. I know her daddy. She's out of your league.
What do you mean? You don't even know me.
Let me guess. You were the hero of Hickville. A big fish in a small pond. This here is the ocean, and you're drowning. Take my advice and go back to Puddleville. You'll be happy there.
Look, I may not have much, but I have more determination than any man you're ever gonna meet. I'm gonna find that woman and marry her and spend the rest of my life with her.
Go write your Harley Quinn romance somewhere else. I got a circus to run.
If you tell me who she is, I'll work night and day. And you won't even have to pay me.
Okay. Once a month, if you work, if you slave, if you cry for me, then I'll give you a clue. Once a month, if you clean, if you haul, if you die for me, then the clue will be true. Once a month, it could be what she thinks, what she likes, where she lives, what she drinks, what she hopes. And all you have to do is pull the ropes. Closer to her, I'll get you closer to her. You only need to be my devotee because I'll tell you where she was born, or if she plays the French horn, and you'll be closer than you ever was. First clue, she likes dancing.
Dancing.
Back to work!
Closer to her, you're one step closer to her.
I'm not afraid to stoop to scooping poop because
This is her clue.
You'll learn what perfume she wears, or what she says in her prayers.
and be much closer than I ever was. Mr. Calloway, it's time.
For what?
My clue about the girl I'm gonna marry.
Oh, if you had a clue, you wouldn't get married at all. Back to work!
Days into weeks, into months, into years, into clue after clue after clue.
She likes blue.
Seasons go by in the blink of an eye, but the dream doesn't seem to come true.
Barbecue!
Year after year with the hope I would hear something kind, something fresh, something new. Mr. Calloway, it's been 3 years.
Kid, there's other fish in the sea.
But I'm already hooked. Why do you insist on keeping her name a secret?
Secrets are the backbone of society. Everybody ought to have a view. I believe in secrets, and I'll keep mine for a while. They keep me a success. They make you work for less. But I'm a man of my word. Your girl, she's going to college.
Closer to her, one textbook closer to her. But I've been working hard and time is flying by. I paid his price, I should go. Still, there's one thing I don't know. Mr. Calloway?
This is difficult to explain.
You're a werewolf.
Or maybe not so difficult.
Mr. Calloway, is this your big secret? You don't have to be ashamed of being a werewolf.
Really?
Heck no. Just be yourself and be happy.
I like you, kid. How about a bonus clue? Daffodils.
Daffodils?
Her favorite flower. Those yellow ones, real pretty.
Mr. Calloway, let me give her those daffodils. Just tell me who she is.
Hell. Her name is Sandra Templeton. She goes to Auburn University.
Thank you, Mr. Calloway. Thank you.
My ball! My ball! My ball!
Carl, how far away is Auburn University? Then I'm gonna need your help to get me there.
Right. Fellas, bring it up.
She was my dad's high school girlfriend, the prettiest, blondest girl in Ashton. What is that?
It's a mortgage for a house in Ashton. Your father co-signed a loan with Jenny Hill.
She's real? This doesn't make any sense. Why would my father buy a house with another woman?
Wait! Sandra? Oh, apologies. There are a lot of redheads at this school. Oh, Auburn. Makes sense. Sandra Templeton.
Yes?
You don't know who I am, but my name is Edward Bloom, and I'm in love with you. I've spent the last 3 years working to find out who you are, but it's all worth it to see you here, now, and to finally get to talk to you.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you don't have to be sorry. I'm the luckiest person you're gonna find today. I was endangered to a traveling circus, elephants and all. I was shot out of a cannon when they up and lost the ball. I've met werewolves, giants, dancing bears. If you don't think it's true, then how on earth do you explain the road that led me here to you?
Wait,
Look, I saw you, and all of time in all the world stood still. And I promised I'd prove my worth. I'd roam the earth until you believed me, and we could be at last forever one. Don't be afraid, be my crusade.
You're too late. I'm engaged to be married.
Tell me what I have to go and do to make you change your mind. Anything I have to promise to, I'll gladly get behind. I'm the man who you should marry. You're intended through and through. Otherwise I'd never walk the road that led me here to you.
You're the boy from the circus.
I am.
I wasn't sure you were real. I imagine things a lot.
Then imagine us together. Mr. and Mrs. Edward Bloom.
Wait, Edward Bloom?
Yes?
From Ashton?
How do you know?
The boy I'm engaged to, he's from Ashton. Don Price?
Don Price? They let him into college?
He's studying political science.
He'd fail gravity if it were a subject.
I help him where I can.
Bandage his knuckles where he drags them on the ground.
That's a terrible thing to say.
It's a terrible price to pay. Don't marry that cretin.
Don.
Moron!
No, Don.
Oh, hey, Don.
Bloom, what the hell are you doing here?
Promise me you won't hurt him.
I promise.
That is my girl. Mine. Look.
Don.
Get your hands off her.
Or what? You're not so big without a giant back you up.
But I'll always be the bigger man.
You're not
Don, stop! I will never marry you. This was a mistake.
What, you actually love this guy?
He's almost a stranger, yet I prefer him to you.
A witch lover? A witch lover? Ow!
Are you all right?
Once a month, a scrap of news, it felt like you were there. Once a month, I heard your voice, I held you solitaire. Amos said that you loved music, said that you were college bound. But one thing more than all the rest filled the heart inside my chest. He told me you loved daffodils, and countless as the stars that shine, they stretched in never-ending lines, till all I saw was daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, all fluttering and dancing in the breeze. And like that moment right between asleep and waking, I thought I saw 10,000 strong in one quick glance. But when I saw your face, I knew beyond mistaking, a million flowers couldn't stand a chance. So I'll pretend the daffodils are just an introduction to the blossoming of me and you. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, beyond mistake, please marry me. Please marry me.
But you hardly know me.
I have the rest of my life to find out. These and these, these and these, these and these and these and these. These are for you, only for you. Let's build a world of daffodils that never fades and never dies. I see the answer in your eyes. I'll be the bride, I'll be the groom, a daffodil in every room. And I will shower you with flowers, or my name isn't Edward Blue.
Why would my father have a mortgage to a house I've never heard about? And what's the deal with Jenny Hill?
Maybe she's a friend.
Maybe she's more than that. My father was a traveling salesman. He could have easily had a second life, a second family.
Stop. That's not real.
What is real with my father? What if all these crazy stories are just a smokescreen so we don't bother looking for the truth? My father bought a secret house in Ashton. I can't pretend we didn't find this.
Okay. I know you want to find answers right now, but think about the time you have left. You're here to make peace, Will, not start a war.
War? Did he tell you the war story? Because that's when I first realized he was making it all up.
I'll get the fire started.
Now, I don't like to talk too much about the war. Truth is, I was just a common soldier, like all the other Alabama boys. But then one night, I intercepted an enemy message.
What did it say?
That very night, at the big USO show, the enemy was planning to kill General Patterson.
But how?
With a poisoned blow dart shot by a deadly assassin. Only I could save him.
Were you scared?
A man does what he must. A hero does what no man can.
Isn't that your mom?
My dad stole the most beautiful woman that stole my mom.
There's a boy who knows the way I feel. Someone who is confident and real. Always at the ready, always by my side. How I hope one day I'll be his bride. What are the colors of the only man I love? Red, white, and true. Who is the guy for me, announcing victory? Red, white, and true. Never tensions seem to flare. He's the one who's standing there. And when he leads the way, we can stand and say, red, white, and true.
Hi, General Patterson.
It was at that moment I realized who my opponent was. Red Fang, the poison assassin.
What are the colors of the only man I love? Red, white, and true. Who is the guy for us? Forever glorious. Red, white, and true. Whenever evil comes to town, he's the one who
Loxy, that does not make sense.
Luckily, years earlier, I'd been bitten by the Chukalabra snake of Tanzania. I was immune to the red fang's poison.
Private, what's your name?
It don't matter, sir. I'm just a common soldier, like all these men. And I think they deserve a show. Ladies, what do you say? Lots of people say that was the turning point of the war. I like to think it was just one man doing his part.
Woo! Yeah! Your dad is awesome!
Good night, Scouts.
Night, Mr. Blue.
When did that all happen?
During the war.
Which war?
Which war? Don't they teach you anything in school?
That's just it. They do teach us. I can help.
What would I do without you?
Mom, are they really witches?
Why? Did your father have another run-in with Miss Johnson at the library? That woman is terrifying, and honestly, your father doesn't really know how to whisper. Daffodils. Well, now I know you did something.
Bob Ray quit, so they're giving me his route, all the way to Dallas.
That's a lot of driving.
Hell of a chance to expand my region.
I don't care how far you go, Edward Bloom, just as long as you make it back. There is a young child right there.
So, you got another soccer game this week?
It's not soccer season anymore.
Course not. Will, I'm gonna need you to look after your mother. You're the man of the house while I'm on the road.
I'm a little too well.
Everywhere, Will. How do I explain it? It's not about a destination. The road is something that's in you. You don't drive it. It drives you. Understand?
No.
I've never been a man who lived an office life. I've never been a man behind a desk. I've always been a man who said that staying still was playing dead. The kind who's looking forward to the challenges ahead. People say that's irresponsible. People tell me stay at home. But I'm not made for things like mowing lawns or apron strings. I'm my best when not at rest. So I fight the dragons and I storm the castles and I win a battle or two. Then comes the day I fight the dragons and I storm the castles and I win a battle or two. But then a feeling comes like 50,000 drums I'll bang and bring my stories home to you. And I wonder while I wander on the road from door to door exactly what you think of where I've been. Do you know I joined a circus, met a mermaid, fought a war? Do you know I think of you through thick and thin? Because even though I'm making deals and bringing people joy, I'm usually only thinking of my boy. Out there on the road, I pray you'll come to me one day and say, let's fight the dragons and then storm the castles till we win what needs to be won. So when I'm old and tired, you'll do the job required. You'll be there telling stories to your son. And then we'll fight the dragons and we'll storm the castles. And I'll do the best that I can. 'Cause everybody knows that's how the story goes, to turn each boy into a bigger man. So I'll fight the dragons till you can.
Stranger, I'm feeling stranger than I've ever felt before, and so much more different, like something old has joined with something new. What should I do?
A Western! You love Westerns.
Eden River, the story of the great frontier and one man determined to make his mark on it. A hero, a champion, a brave pioneer. The cowboy gallops across the long and dusty plains. He can see the cool and clear river trickling to his...
Son?
Can we talk?
I believe we have permission.
Do the pills help?
Mostly. But they've got me floating a bit. Not entirely sure what's real.
I know that feeling. Do you know much about icebergs, Dad?
I saw an iceberg once. They were hauling it down to Texas for drinking water. Only they weren't counting on a mammoth being frozen inside. You know, the woolly ones.
Dad!
What?
I'm trying to make a metaphor here.
Then you shouldn't have started with a question. Because people want to answer questions. You should have started with the thing about icebergs.
The thing about icebergs is you only see 10% of them. The other 90% is below the water where you can't see it.
What?
And that's what it is with you, Dad. I'm only seeing this little bit that sticks above the water.
Oh, you're only seeing up to my nose. My chin.
I have no idea who you are, because you have never told me a single fact.
I talk about myself all the time. I tell stories.
Yes, Dad. You tell stories. You make stuff up. And I'm starting to wonder if it's all to conceal something you don't want people to know.
You got me. My secret identity. Superman.
Can we talk about Ashton, Dad?
Ashton? I grew up there. You know
So
that.
why did we never visit? It's not that far a drive.
Nothing to see there.
Dad, I'm about to have a kid of my own here. It would kill me if he had to go through his whole life with doubts.
It would kill you, huh? Well, let's hear it then, Will. What exactly are you accusing me of?
I'm not. I'm just trying to get a handle on some things.
Handle them as you will. I think we're done.
Dad!
Get out!
Will, what did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Calm down, calm down.
I know you're trying to protect me, but you can't.
Tell me what happened.
He attacked me. Come after me like I'm a villain.
Sure he didn't mean to. Let's get you back to bed.
He's got it wrong. I'm not the bad guy here. People, and what are you doing in my room? Oh, you want to do this, Will? Well, we can do this right here.
Man, this tired man, he's a liar and scoundrel to the core.
You see this boy, ungrateful boy, knocking on some long-forgotten door.
Now I know, something he's been hiding, something that his pride will not reveal.
He wastes his time accusing me. What exactly does this fellow feel?
I feel like there's gonna be a hanging tonight. There's gonna be, I guarantee, a wrong and a right. There's gonna be a hanging tonight.
So what? You're gonna hang your own father, Will?
Hang up, father, please. At best, you were a faking stranger, Edward Bloom.
A stranger? I raised you.
You were a liar. I have no idea who you are or where you've been, Edward.
I'm your father. Does that mean nothing to you, Will?
Really? There's gonna be a hanging tonight.
That's right. There's gonna be a hanging tonight.
You see this folder in my hand, you know exactly what it is.
Do I?
You will be the first to tell us.
Tell all you want, but you will never understand.
So what comes next?
Comes next.
I'll fight the law. Begin a trial, a trial, a trial.
Friends! Life is a trial.
No, you
Son! You can't go back to what you were. Your life won't rerun. And you can't undo the things that you'd prefer be undone. You can never change the past, though it may haunt every breath. You can drown but be reborn if you're not frightened of death. You're so sure that I'm a rotten father, absent and lame, never interested in staying home or homecoming games. Maybe you're the one imperfect son who overreacts. Better check with all your sources before twisting the facts.
So by no means did you visit Ashton.
Back in my youth.
Can you please explain precisely why you're hiding the truth?
I'm not hiding the
Your
truth.
Honor, I would like to submit one more major piece of evidence.
And then you'll acquit.
Would you kindly tell the jury what you hold in the air?
It says right here that it's a deed.
To what?
A house.
Tell me where.
Really, son, I don't know trying to prove?
Where's the house?
It says in Ashton.
And it's somewhere that you've never been to since your boyhood, but this deed spells it out. There is someone living in this house.
Now what's this about?
You insist you've never been there.
Well, that might be the case.
Now you're lying.
Oh, that's enough.
You're lying right to my face. Who is Jenny Hill?
Oh, come on, Doc. How long you and me been friends, huh?
Take him away!
Now there's gonna be a hanging tonight. There's gonna be a hanging tonight. There's gonna be a sturdy tree and in the moonlight.
There's gonna be a hanging. There's gonna be a hanging. There's gonna be a hanging. A hanging. A hanging. A hanging. A hanging. A hanging. A hanging.
He attacked me! Come after me like I'm a villain!
You're okay. Let's calm down. Tell me what happened.
I just did! I did. Didn't I? It's all got kind of blurred.
It's just not right here.
The roof should hold up. The shingles still got at least 10 years in them. Honey, what did I say?
In your face, I see a lifetime. In this place, I feel at ease. Wallpaper peeling, paint
Excuse me. Hi.
Oh. Oh.
Hello.
I wasn't expecting you.
Are you Jenny Hill?
I am. And you're Will Eddie's son. You look so much like him.
How did you know my father?
From high school. Before that, even.
Were you and my father having an affair?
Wow. You just said it.
I've seen him with women. He flirts. He always has. On some level, I presumed he was cheating on my mother. I just never had proof. That's your signature, right? The deed to this house. He co-signed the loan.
Can I ask you a question? Why did you come here today? If you found this, why didn't you just ask Eddie?
Because he's dying.
Look, I don't know how much you want to know about any of this. You have one image of your father in your head, and it would be wrong of me to go and change that.
My father talked a lot about things he never did. And I'm sure he did a lot of things he never talked about. I'm just trying to reconcile the two. You said you went to high school with him. Was that here in Ashton?
It wasn't Ashton, but Ashton wasn't here. You do know about what happened to the town, right?
No.
Oh, honey. That's the only reason your father came back. The state was building a new reservoir. The whole valley would be flooded. In just a few hours, the town of Ashton would be 30 feet underwater. Edward Bloom came back to take one last look at the town he left so long ago.
What do we want?
Nothing to change.
When do we want it?
Forever.
What do we want?
Nothing to change.
When do we want it?
Forever.
As long as we're chained here, the state won't dare drown this city. Ugh.
Edward Bloom?
It can't be.
It is.
We knew you'd come. When you left, you said, quote, "I'll never forget Ashton. I'll come back. I promise."
We just didn't think it'd take so long.
Edward Bloom.
Don Price.
That's Mayor Don Price.
Congratulations. Look, I just came here because I read in the paper that they were flooding the valley.
So what's your plan, Edward?
What? You think I'm here to save you?
You're persuasive. You can talk to them, get them to stop building the dam.
The dam's already been built. The river's already rising.
The state's not gonna let us all drown.
Does anyone even know you're here?
Yeah! Maybe.
Wait! Nobody knows we're here. Edward, you gotta help us. You're the only one who can save the town.
Nah, not this time. Edward's not a savior. Edward's not a saint. How could he be good for us? He's not the thing he says he ain't. We can change our fate, you bet we can. We don't need this interloping man.
He's right.
I am not. I mean, what?
You gotta let go of the past. I suggest that you start over.
Now?
Start over.
How?
Instead of drowning, move the town and start over.
Wow.
Sweat, you can fret till you're all soaking wet, but good God, there's a flood on the way. When we start over, tomorrow begins today. What's so good about these buildings? Nothing. These roads are full of potholes. But that's not what makes a town. A town is made of people and memories and dreams. You got those. You don't have to stay here to stay together.
But where are we moving to? We gotta get some new land first.
We couldn't afford to build a new town anyway.
What if I got you the land and the money?
Well, you know where to find us.
I'll tell you, Edward, when we met, I lived a kind of secretive life. I was a mysterious man. But after meeting you, I met myself and my wife. All because you told me I can. You're upset, you're in need. I got land and a deed. You can have every weed, every stone. You're the only man who I would ever give a thing to. The truest friend that I've ever known. You'll love this land. Lots of tasty rabbits.
Thank you, Amos. Thank you.
Edward, when I met you, I was living in a cave. You convinced me to start over. Start over. Now, we'd offset construction costs by floating a 30-year fixed-rate bond tied to the Nikkei index. I know a guy. In a rush, you'll be flush. I'll get cash, but hush, hush, I won't do this for just an ego. You can start over. And Edward, I'll give you the dough.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you. I got you the land just over the hill and money to build a new town.
Money to build a new town?
Money to build a new town. Money to build a new town.
Start over. Start over. Instead of drowning, move the town and start over. We can sweat, we can fret till we're all soaking wet.
So you better believe what we say. We start over. Tomorrow begins today.
Tomorrow begins today.
Tomorrow begins today.
Tomorrow begins today. Tomorrow begins.
Wait! If that were true, then that's the biggest thing my father's ever done. He saved a town. Why wouldn't he tell me that story?
Because the story doesn't end there.
Edward, you saved us again.
It was all Dawn's idea.
Water's rising. Let's go. I got money.
Ma'am, we gotta go. They already started flooding the valley.
You're too late.
No, we've still got an hour at least.
You're years too late.
Jenny Hill? What are you? I heard you married. Moved away.
My husband left me too. He could never compete with a fantasy. A girl only gets one true love, and that was you.
Jenny, I'm sorry.
Just forget me like you did before. Let me drown here, Edward Bloom.
I won't.
You did. I've been drowning since the moment you left.
I'm not here to argue or confess. Only here for damsels in distress. Leave this mess and then start over. Start over. Say bye to the old fantasy and start over. When there's pain, don't complain, just hold on through the rain, and you'll wonder what caused all the fuss. When we start over, tomorrow begins for us. Little further, little further. Now watch out for that poisonous snake!
Oh, no!
Okay, just kidding. Just kidding. All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh my gosh. Is this really my house?
you have to do is sign. Edward Bloom. I promised I'd come back, Jenny, and I am a man of my word.
Thank you.
I'm in love with my wife. From the moment I saw her until the moment I die, she is the only one.
Lucky girl.
I'm sorry, Jenny. I am.
He never came back. And I guess he never said a word about Ashton either. The greatest thing he ever did, not a story to go with it.
He could have left you out of the story.
No, he could never risk you coming here, finding out. It had to go untold.
It was just a kiss.
You really don't understand him, do you?
I want to.
Honey, you're the key to all of this. The way he smiled when he talked about you, well, you were just a boy, but you were smart. He was so proud of you. You knew that, didn't you? He wanted you to be proud of him, too.
Hi. What's wrong? When? Where is he? Is Mom? Okay, I'm coming. I'm sorry. I have to...
Is Eddie? Is he...
I don't know.
Stopped breathing. We called the ambulance.
Is he gonna be okay? I mean, will he get back to the way he was when... I'm so sorry, Mom. I should have been there.
There's nothing you could have done.
What does Dr. Bennett say?
They'll know better in the morning. Some test. I'm supposed to go downstairs, fill out paperwork.
I'll go with you.
No. One of us should stay here with him.
I'll go with you.
Dr. Bennett?
Will?
Dr. Bennett, how long have you known my father?
How old are you? Add a couple of years to that.
How would you describe him?
5'9", 160, regulated hypertension.
Can he hear us?
It's hard to say what anyone hears. It's harder still to know if they're listening.
I know about Ashton, Dad. I know what you did. You saved a town and broke a girl's heart. I get why you didn't want Mom to know. I do, but what you did was heroic. I made a list of your stories. There are 36 basic tales, with a lot of variations, of course. Some are just jokes. Awful jokes, mostly. But you take the rest, and it's like a myth. An epic tale about a farmer's son from Alabama who just wanted to see the world. You never did, though. I did. And I think that's because of you. All this time, I thought you were trying to impress me. You were trying to inspire me. Dad? Dad! Do you want me to get a nurse? What can I do? Can I get you something? Water?
The river.
The river?
Tell me how it happens.
Yeah, what happens?
How I go.
I don't... You mean what the witch showed you? I don't know that part of the story, Dad. You never told me what you saw. I can't, Dad. I don't know how to do this. I can try. Just tell me how it starts.
Like this.
Okay. First things first, we're in this prison cell. Have to find a way to break out, find another place to stake out. Look around, be sure we aren't seen. Slowly check the door before we're spotted. Where we spot it, I know you've been a secret double agent, but we can turn the page into another kind of tale. Let's go, the door is just our first opponent, so step out of your state of shock. We only need to pick this lock.
No need.
What's next is all anyone needs to begin. What's next has been a friend to you. What's next to do? One word and then suddenly one more again. Just like a pen writing a perfect tale. Out the door and pray the coast is clear. Edward noses to the ground before we're spotted.
We were spotted.
So now we face the ultimate decision. Relinquish our control as we surrender up the fight, or else we say hello to the collision. Just do our job and do it well.
Or better yet, let's run like hell.
Will, what are you doing?
Finally figured out what's wrong with me, Doc. Been out of the water too long.
Of course.
What's next is all anyone needs to begin. What's next has been a friend to you. What's next to do? One word and then suddenly one more again. Just like that pen writing the perfect tale.
Edward Bloom. Green's a good color on you. Brings out your eyes.
All right, Dad.
You know who else had green eyes?
The mermaid?
The mermaid. Sea green. Absolutely beautiful. My old Chevy!
Edward Bloom, how did you swim through danger in the world? What was in the heart that beats inside you? Were you simply wetter than the ordinary average man? Or was it just your fins and scales to guide you? To what's next?
We start the car.
What's next?
We hit the road.
What's next?
We climb the river.
What's next? What's next?
I don't know. Will, I don't know.
And who do we see at the river to greet you? Everyone there at the river to meet you. Everyone you ever knew, ever spoke of, waiting for you to arrive. Now can you see Carl by the tree in the distance? Amos arrives with his usual flair. Zacchaeans on, gathered round, cheering on, yes, even the witch is there. She is there. What's next is all anyone needs to begin. What's next has been always loved you, yes, we loved you. Only one dad, only inspiring, one son. Edward, you're done writing your perfect tale, telling a perfect tale. It was a perfect tale.
Well, I can't say this was a surprise, exactly. But I thank you all for coming. A man is as rich as his friends, and I am a tycoon. But there's someone missing here. I've seen this all before. When I was just a child, I met a witch who took a bow and showed me how it ended. We stood here on the shore. The air was sweet and mild, with disbelief implausibly suspended. And in my child's imagination, I remember you, though I didn't know if we were foes or friends. But now you're standing here, I see a vision coming clear. I know exactly how this ends. It ends with you. It ends with me. It ends the way a story's ending is supposed to be. A bit insane, a touch of pain, adeptly told, yet uncontrolled. It ends with faith. It ends with love. It ends with water in the river and the sun above. Part epic tale, part fire sail, but all sincere. And standing here, I know I wasn't perfect. I know my life was small. I know that I pretended that I knew it all. But when you tell my story, and I hope somebody does, remember me as something bigger than I was. It ends with sons. It ends with wives. It ends with knowing when the pavement bends, we find our lives. So let it come, then let me go. Show me the waves and let them flow. It all ends well. This much I know.
And that's how it happens. That's how you go. don't believe we've met. I'm Will.
I'm Carl.
Grandma! Grandma! What is it? We just saw the biggest fish in the whole world. It was as big as a car.
Now, son, let's stick to the facts. It was at least as big as a truck.
Yeah, a truck. We're gonna catch it.
I can't wait. I want to see this fish.
You two get hungry. There's barbecue.
You know, son, it was right here on this spot that your granddad helped me catch my first fish. It was this big.
How'd you do it?
That is a Bloom family secret, passed only from father to son. Be the hero of your story if you can. Be the champion in the fight, not just the man. On a wing or on a prayer, you'll get there only with your voice. With the story in your heart, you won't need any other choice. You're a hero fighting dragons, winning wars. Be the hero, and the world will soon be yours.
daffodils, and countless as the stars that shine. They stretched in never-ending lines, till all I saw was daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, all fluttering and dancing in the breeze. And like that moment right pretend the daffodils are just an introduction to the blossoming of me and you. Beside the lake, beneath the trees, beyond mistake, please marry me. Please marry me.
But you hardly know me.
I have the rest of my life to find out. These